When the winter season approaches, often we feel a little bit more tight in our bodies, a little bit more constricted in our movements because we are trying to keep ourselves warm. So in today's class, we're going to open up some of the areas that are quite important for us to feel mobile through our body. So today we're going to begin on our hands and knees. And as we start, we always place our shoulders above our wrists and our knees below our hips. So you want to widen your hands out. This is quite an important thing that many people have the fingers too close together. Really spread the fingers apart. Gives you a better base of support. It allows for your knuckles to be slightly lifted and a sense of gripping in a good way. So using your hand muscles to work with you. From here, very slow, very gentle, we'll tuck the tail under, round the head under, and just getting a nice stretch through the back of your head. If you have a ponytail, maybe you'll feel like the ponytail sort of flops forward in front of you. And then as we go the other way, we'll roll through the spine, tail going up and head going forward. So we'll do that again. We're going to roll the tail under, roll the head under. So we're moving the two ends of the spine together, so tucking them both in and then stretching them both away from you. On our next one, we're going to isolate the movement. So starting from your tail first, roll the pelvis under, go through the lower back, into the middle back, into the upper back, and then finally let the head drop down. Unroll from the tail first. So tail leads the way out into your lower back, into your mid back, into the chest, and then the eyes travel forward. We'll do that one more time as we start from the tail, tucking under, rolling through the spine as evenly as possible, and then resting the head down to the floor, and then going in the opposite way. So stretching your tail away through the back, and then all the way to the front. We'll start from the head this time. So the head nods forward. You're going to start to puff up between the shoulders, rounding in your upper back into your middle back, and then the tail will tuck underneath you. And then we're going to unroll from the eyes going forward, the chest starting to slide through into the mid back, into the lower back, and then the tail up for the ceiling. This one may feel a little more challenging, and head starts the movement, rolling through, rolling up between the shoulders, through the middle back, tail tucking under, and then last time the head takes it forward, looking along the mat, out in front of you, letting the rest of the spine feel like a wave going through that movement. And then find your balanced position, so where you're back to nice and neutral shape. From here, we're going to tuck your toes under. You'll be surprised at how tight your soles of your feet can feel. We're just going to sit back towards the feet. I'm not sitting into a child pose. I'm getting into a stretch of my feet, and then rock yourself towards the front again. And sitting backward, really feeling the toes splaying out apart from each other. And you may feel this different on the two sides of you. So one foot may be taking more load or pressure than the other, or getting a deeper stretch. It's not important why, it just is important that you're doing the movements back and forth. We'll go one more time as we take it all the way back behind, and then we're going to come again forward onto your starting shape. Take your toes and rest them down. We're going to send your left arm through the gap between your arm and leg on the right, and then roll yourself to face looking to the side, and then bringing yourself back up. We'll take the right hand and thread it through, bending into the left elbow and coming up. Now I'm feeling pretty stiff in my body today, which means I'm not pushing myself all the way to the floor. I really want to feel, where can I go with ease? So as I keep changing sides, I'm just monitoring, do I feel like I've got a little bit more range with each movement, or do I still feel like I have to just back off out of the move so that I don't tweak anything? And this often happens when we are in that cold state. Like I said, the body constricts and contracts, and it's designed to do that, to keep our heat in, and then resting from here. So again, we're going to tuck your toes out behind you. And this time, as we take a seat back, if it's not available for you, you just keep doing what we were doing in the first round. Otherwise, you're going to bring yourself so that you are stretching out those feet, so the backs of the feet are really pushing out and away from you. And then can you come up and take your toes down and sit your bottom down towards the floor? Now, I know not everybody has this range of movement. And so you just keep going with that, rocking forward and backward if you need to. Tuck the toes under and sit towards your feet, and then standing back up and lower the feet down and sitting down. So we're getting a kind of sit to stand motion through our legs, so very strengthening for our leg muscles. If you are someone who needs a bit of support, remember you can always put a chair in front of you or a cupboard or a coffee table that can just help you go to the forward and backward motions. We've got one more time. Tuck the toes, sit yourself down, and then keep the toes tucked, and let's come back onto your all fours position. So from here, we're going to go into a lift of the hips. So keep those toes curled under and then raising the hips towards the ceiling. We're going to push our body back towards our thighs, but keep your knees nice and soft. And then return yourself back towards the mat surface. And then repeat, the knees hover off, the hips push back, and you're feeling your trunk coming towards your legs. And then coming back again. So a lot of our tightness is also around our back and our legs. So we'll go one more time just like this. And if you ever need to, this is where you stay doing the movement. You don't have to push to the next level if it's not available to you. So on our next 3, as we go up, we're going to also try and go for a straightening of the legs, aiming your heels towards the floor, but still feeling that pushback of your upper body towards the thighs. And then onto your toes and down you come. And then we've got 2 more. Hips are coming up into the air. Backs of thighs are pressing away from you, opening into the space in your underarm, and then coming back towards the mat surface. Last time to go as we press you all the way up and stretch you back, and then coming all the way back and down. And you know it's cold because Bear's got his nice warm thick jumper on. So we're going to come and take a side sit position, and we're going to go into a cross-legged position. So again, if you are uncomfortable sitting in this shape, you're welcome to sit on a chair. It will work just as well. So whatever is comfortable for you to sit in an upright position. Couple of towels, couple of cushions, and then sending your arms out to the side. We're going to go into a side bend. So let's take the right arm to the ceiling and then go into just a little bend of the left elbow. So we're reaching on a diagonal line across and over your ear, and then bringing yourself up and place the hand down. Other side comes up first. Then go into the elbow bend and stretch and reach across, and then returning yourself back upright. We'll go another time to each side. So notice that I'm moving my arm before I'm moving my spine. So that's also part of the stretching of the tissues of the body. Now be careful when I say stretching that you don't think you're about to snap. It's lengthening of the tissues. From here, we're going to take your arm back up towards the ceiling, go over, and then hold the shape. And we're going to turn your chest bone to look down toward the floor direction, and then back to the side. We'll stay on this angle and do 2 more as we do a gentle twist and then back to side. Make sure you don't move your top arm towards the floor. You just keep it in line with your shoulder and then bringing yourself upright. And we'll do that to the other side. Raise the arm, side bend over. Hold the shape of your side bend as you twist to face the ground and then facing towards the front. And then 2 more times, wrapping. So we're moving and mobilizing around your shoulder joint on the floor. And last time, twist, and then back to side, and then bringing ourselves all the way up from there. So off you go. We need to move our position next. So we're going to come and take a side lie position down onto the mat. And as we do, you're going to use your underarm to support your head, or if you need some towels or cushions, then you can go ahead and do that as well. So as we're here, we're going to lie ourselves down and we're going to bend your top knee and grab a hold of your foot. Now, if you can't find your foot, then you're going to find a strap or a towel to put around your ankle so that you can get to hold on to that foot. Once you have the foot, you're going to start to press the leg back and away from you. So you're opening through the front of your upper thigh area. And we're just going to hold that stretch just for a little bit of motion, time, breath. And then you're going to relax the leg to come forward. So 2 things are happening. One is that the leg, we'll go again, the leg is traveling back behind you, but as it travels back, so is the shoulder. So we're getting prepared to do this in a different range of movement, which is going to feel a little more challenging. So I'm giving you the option of just warming up before we get there. So we've got 1 more time like that, and raise the leg and then taking that leg back behind, feeling like your thigh bone is more spiraling inward rather than aiming your knee up towards the ceiling. That won't feel comfortable inside of the hip. and then bringing yourself all the way back down. I'm going to spin around and show you what that looks like from the back side now. So as we go, we find our setup, always remembering the back of the head to be in line with the back of the pelvis. Find your foot. Once you have it, we're going to be sending that leg just a little bit away from you. So we're making sure that we're not tilting through the pelvis as you do this, and then resting yourself back down again. And then repeating, taking the leg up and just slightly back. And just feeling the opening down the front of the thigh. So sometimes we don't have to move very vigorously to get incredible benefit for what we do. Last time as we raise the leg and then taking it back behind you. Just a nice breath there. And then returning everything back to the starting position. So from here, we're going to roll over onto the front of your body. And as we do, we're going to go for a reach of the foot. Same action we just did, but like I said, when you're on your front, it feels very different. So what you're going to do is lie yourself down. I'm just going to make sure my microphone doesn't go all fuzzy. And what you're going to do is find that foot. Again, if you don't have the ability to reach your foot, grab a towel, hook it around, hold onto the towel. And we're going to start by pulling that leg in as close as possible towards you. In most circumstances, I would have my head fully flat, but because of my microphone, I don't want to make it go bad. So I'm just going to put my head up a little bit and hold it here so that you can still hear me. Pull the leg in towards you as deep as you can. And as you do that action, really feel the lengthening through the front of the hip. So you don't want to have your bottom lift away from the ground. You're feeling long through the front of that thigh. If you have range, if you have ability, start to lift the leg and still feel like you're going to push the leg away from you and returning yourself back in and pull toward your bottom. And again, slide the leg away, feel the shoulder open, feel the leg begin to hover up away from the mat and coming down. On our final version, if again you've got range to go, as you lift the leg up, see if you can lift your chest up away from the floor. That's going to give you a little bit more height. It's going to give you a little bit more control over the front of that hip, and then bringing it down. So what we're going to do now is change our hand hold. So we'll use the other arm to reach around, aim your knee out to the side as you reach for your toes or maybe your ankle. We're going to do the same thing we did before, where we're just going to start to feel like we're pulling the foot closer towards the buttock and then starting to press it out and away, opening up into the front of the shoulder and then coming back down and closing it as deep as you can towards the back of you. And then always remember, we're all different. So don't worry about what your body looks like versus the next person's. As your arm travels out this time, the leg pushes away. Let's get you to lift into the upper back again. So getting a nice big stretch, coming down more the sort of outer, maybe inner aspect of your leg. Everyone feels it slightly differently. And then releasing from there. So you're just going to straighten the two legs away from each other and just notice how you feel left to right. So it's really important that you get the comprehension that it's going to feel different. Whatever you've done on one side has had an effect. And that way you get buy-in from your nervous system to go, well, if that worked, maybe I'll try it on the other side. So let's go ahead and do that now. So we're going to grab a hold of your other foot. And as you get there, again, just keeping your head as low as you feel comfortable, pulling the foot close towards your buttock. So we're going to get a nice stretch at the front of the thigh. And then from there, we're going to press the leg away from you, opening up into the shoulder, maybe a little hover of your knee. And then again, closing the leg down. So as we've already experienced, when your head is down and you push that leg away, your range of movement is a little smaller. As we start to come up into this next one, you're going to press the leg away and you're going to add the rise of your chest so that you can feel a little bit more stretch, a little bit more work, and then bringing yourself down. And then we're going to, again, switch our hand hold. So aim your knee to the side, reach for your toes, and we're going to pull that leg in towards your bottom. And it doesn't have to touch. And then start to press it away. So again, you get that shoulder reach, you get a little bit of lift in the back of the leg, and then coming back down again. And then repeating that, sending the leg away and maybe hovering it up and bringing it down. And then we're going to go for one last time like that. And as you do, allow the upper body to come away from the floor, getting a little bit more height. Try not to rock off of your pelvis, still feel steady on the fronts of the hips, and then bringing yourself back down and release your leg. So here we just again take a moment of feeling, oh, that feels really good in the back of the body, nice stretch out. So we're going to go into an upper back extension exercise now. And let's stack our two hands like I have them, one fist on top of the other, and rest your forehead down onto the top hand. From here, we're just going to go into a little raise of the head away from the hands, brush your nose along the thumb, and then aiming your eyes just towards the front side of your mat. And then lowering yourself all the way back down again and rest your forehead on your hands. And then repeating that, bringing the head up, roll the nose past your thumb, and then looking out in front of you. Feel your shoulders gently drawing down your back, and then returning yourself towards the start. Let's switch hands, because again, you'll be surprised at how subtle it is, but there's a difference. And then again, sending your nose past your thumb, out and away, shoulders sliding down your back. You're still keeping your lower ribs in contact with the floor, so we're not trying to lift up too high. We're just getting some effort into our upper back area. And then after you've done this last one, we'll return you towards the mat. From here, we're going to take a nice spin around all the way onto our back, and then just lying yourself onto the mat surface. Make sure you don't have anything behind the back of your head as we get ready to do some bridging. So before we bridge, we're just going to go into a rock of the pelvis backward and forward. So just getting a little bit of movement, swishing of your bodily fluids forward and back. And, we have our pelvic organs and bladders, and, we're made up of about 70% water anyway. So really getting that sloshy kind of feeling going to the forward and the backward movement. Let's keep that going up now into the bridge. So lifting yourself up to balance right in between the shoulders, and then rolling your spine back down towards the mat. Keep your knees and your feet facing forward, and then again, rolling yourself to the top position. Just feeling nice length through the knees to the shoulders. All the stretch work we just did already is going to improve your bridging. As you're bridging up, often people's heads tilt back. So really feel the length in the back of your neck. So almost like your chin was just gently lengthening down towards your chest, and then returning to the mat again. So as we're coming into the bridge of today, we're thinking more diagonal line. We're not creating a harbor bridge kind of bridge. We're just making it a nice long line from shoulders to knees. All right, on our next one, we're going to stay at the top. We're going to hold our position here, and we're going to send our two arms up and over behind. Keep your hips up and circle the arms around to your side. And then repeating, arms travel up and over behind and circle around and to the floor. One more time, lift up and over. Circle all the way down to the side, and then let's lower the body all the way back to the mat. From here, again, if you need extra cushioning for your head, please go and put something behind it, like a towel or a pillow, because we're about to go into a figure 4 stretch. So you're going to cross your left ankle over the top of your right thigh, and then we're going to bring your right leg in towards you. So as soon as you do that, there's going to be a tilt of the pelvis backward. You're going to choose 3 different versions to hold. Could be back of the thigh, could be front of the shin, could be front of the shin with your left arm over the top of your left shin. So whatever position you are going to prefer, that's where we're going to stay for 2 breaths. Just really feeling the stretchy opening of your hip. It'll be the left hip that's getting most of the benefit here. And then we're going to undo all of that. And then we'll go ahead and do the other leg. So cross your right ankle over your left. You're going to, pull your leg in toward you, either at the back of the thigh, the front of the shin, or keep your right hand over the front of the shin and lace fingers at the left. So this one is my favorite, and can feel very different between the 2 sides. Again, just notice what's happening at your jaw, what's happening with your eyes. Your eyes can be closed, no problem, but they should not be looking behind you. They should be looking down a little bit more towards your legs, and that's going to help keep the length in the back of your neck position.
All right, from here, we're going to rest a leg down. So right leg goes down. We're going to take our hands behind the left thigh. And from here, we're going to stretch the leg up towards the ceiling. Pull your toes back, point your toes, and then bend your knee. Stretch the leg, pull the toes, push the toes, and bend. We'll do that one more time. Stretch it up, flex, point, and then return. Straighten your right leg away from you. Take your right hand over the top, left arm to the side, and extend the leg down towards the floor and then looking over towards the left. Bring it back. So when I take my leg across, my knee is not on the ground, my foot is touching the ground. So as I make contact with the ground, I then turn to look over my left and then come to center. And then we go one more time, foot to floor, head turns to the side, and then bringing it back. Let's change legs. Left foot is on the ground. Right hands are behind the back of the leg. Hold your thigh as you stretch your leg, pull the toes, point the toes, and rest. And up and flex, point, and bend. One more time as we stretch, flex, point, and bend. Straighten the left leg long. Left hand goes over the top of the right leg. And we're going to bring that leg over towards the side, looking towards the left. You may need to renegotiate with your loved animal to get you into a better stretch if you need to. So for this one, I have my foot on my thigh so that bear can still stay in place. And then coming back. And then one more time as we go over. He's a stubborn little dog. And then looking over towards the right side. And then bringing ourselves from there. We always go into a nice easy way to get up, turn to a side, push yourself away from the floor. And then coming to final position now is we will sit in any position that feels comfortable for you, whether it be cross-legged, diamond shape, however it feels is fine. We're going to take our hands to the back of our body and just lace one elbow with the other. So hands on the insides of the elbows. From here, we're just going to go into a feeling of pulling the shoulders back and away and then resting them forward. And again, pull back and rest. And one more time with that lacing. And then we're going to switch the lacing over, and it's going to feel a little awkward potentially. And that's okay. That's part of what we're doing. We're getting into all the areas that are feeling a little stiff and tight. Release, and then open shoulders back and return. And then last time as we get ourselves into a nice opening through the fronts of our chest and arms, and then relaxing through that. Well, I hope you enjoyed getting a little warmer with me this winter, and that your body feels great through those movements. Remember, you don't have to be in winter to enjoy the series, but if you did enjoy it, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so that more people can enjoy the benefits of moving at home and getting joints moving for life. Have a great day. See you again soon.